Hi, I'm Amy from Temple Seeker. Welcome to Salamanca. I'm out of my comfort zone because I've been travelling around Portugal, and as you know, I've been studying Portuguese in Coimbra and I love Portugal. So I was a bit apprehensive about moving to Spain, but do you know what? It's absolutely lovely here. I'm kind of speaking a bit of a weird combination of Portuguese and Spanish. It's flat, we don't have all of the hills and the cobbles, and the weather's a bit better as well. This city is absolutely phenomenal. I love Salamanca. I would want to study Spanish here actually. So it was about a 20-25 minute walk from the bus station to the centre of Salamanca, but once you get into Salamanca you find it really easy to walk around. You don't need to get public transport to see the city. You can probably see the highlights of the city in one day if you want to, but I would recommend 2 to 3 days here. They've got that gorgeous Iberian ham and some local dishes to try as well. So this is what breakfast looks like in Salamanca. Ham on. Going to walk down here now and we're going to go to St Martin's Church and the Plaza Mayor. St Martin's Church is a Romanesque church with a Renaissance facade. You can go in for free between 8 AM and 11 AM, so it's a morning one. Make sure you look right up to the bell tower where you'll be able to see the storks nesting. We're in Plaza Mayor right now in the centre of Salamanca, and this place is absolutely amazing. Traditional Spanish plaza style. It was built between 1729 and 1755 in the Baroque style by Alberto Churriguera, and there's actually a statue of him just round the corner if you want to go and see it. Have a look while you're here on the square at the medallions. The medallions in this square are celebrities or kings and queens, famous people throughout Spain's history. Some of them have been removed for controversial political reasons, and some of them are actually blank because they're still open for new figures to go on. There's actually a book fair, which is what all of this stuff is to my right hand side. They have book festivals. The traffic comes here. The vans are allowed until 11 o'clock. So if you come to Plaza Mayor after 11, it's free of traffic. Look right behind me now, you can see Casa de las Conchas, which is the house of shells. Construction started on this in 1493. They don't really know why it's full of shells. There's lots of different theories, one of them being it was put there to hide different treasures and people could pay to pull off a shell and get the treasure underneath. Another one of the theories is that it was a symbol of love. The shells were put there for someone's love for their wife. And the other interesting theory is that the building opposite was so amazing that they put the shells on there to distract from that and to divert people's attention to this house. And this house is now actually the public library. You can go into the courtyard for free, you don't need a ticket. Here you can see the main gate of the old Romanesque cathedral. The door was actually added in the 18th century, and when students graduated they would come out of the main gate to the cathedral, the old cathedral, and they'd celebrate the graduation with a massive feast and a bullfight. But it was a bit of a different story if you'd failed your degree, because what would happen is you would actually come out that little tiny red side door that you can see there. No bullfight, no feast, loads of humiliation. The cathedrals of Salamanca are absolutely a treat for me as temple seeker. So you've actually got 2 cathedrals joined together. The old cathedral is 12th century to 13th century and built in a Romanesque style, and then you've got what you can see behind me, which is the later 16th century built in Gothic style and also Plateresque and Baroque. When you look at the facade of the new cathedral, have a look for the bull, the stork, the Iberian lynx, and also the demon eating ice cream and the astronaut. We're going inside now, and this is absolutely phenomenal. We're inside the new cathedral right now. Make sure that you look up to see that gorgeous ceiling. Inside you can see several different side chapels like the ones that you can see here, dedicated to different saints, and there's one for Jesus of Nazareth as well. You can also go into the centre and look for the beautifully carved wooden choir stalls. Don't miss that part. The two cathedrals of Salamanca are on the Camino route, and they're both actually joined together, so you need to go through the side and into the old Romanesque cathedral, which you see here. These are 12th century frescoes in St Martin's Chapel. Look how beautifully preserved they are. Those frescoes are paintings of the Last Judgment, and next we come to the fantastic altarpiece of the old cathedral, which is 15th century and contains 53 images of the life of Jesus Christ. The University of Salamanca is at the heart of the city, and it's also got other branches in nearby villages and also Avila in Spain. So the university is one of the oldest in Europe, founded in 1218. This one behind me was added in the 20th century. You can actually go inside for free and have a look at the courtyard. Next it's time to find some more of the university buildings. Right behind me you can see the famous facade of the University of Salamanca, and this facade was built later. It was added I think in 1534, and it's in Plateresque style, and that Spanish style was when they were transitioning from Gothic to Renaissance, and it's really elaborate. Have a look closely on the facade. You can see some really interesting things, including Catholic king and queens, and also there are some Roman emperors in there as well, or gods. And if you look really closely, you'll see some skulls on the side, and on top of one of the skulls there's a tiny little frog. And the saying goes that when you are a student at the university, you have to come to this facade and look for the frog, and if you can't find it, you can't enter. You might see some red writing on the walls of the buildings in Salamanca, and that's when somebody passes a PhD usually, or a really high qualification, and they write that on the wall to commemorate. Right, let's go to the market now, and this is open from 8 till 3, so make sure that you get there really early if you can. My God, it smells really fishy. Look at all the chorizo. Oh, look at that. I literally can't eat any more Spanish ham. Yes, the market's on the side of Plaza Mayor, and we're going to walk down there to try to find the Roman bridge. One great thing about Salamanca is because it's really flat, it's quite accessible. So I've seen quite a few people, you know, with walking sticks and wheelchairs and walkers, and they're managing really well. This here is Plaza del Consiglio de Trento. So this must be San Esteban, which is the Plateresque Dominican monastery. When you walk down to the Roman bridge, you'll see the back of this building here, which is the back of the Art Deco Museum. And here's the Roman bridge, which dates back to the 1st century CE, and it was built under the Roman Emperor Nero. We'll quickly stop off to see the front of the Art Deco Museum now, but sadly my time in Salamanca is coming to an end. Salamanca has been truly amazing. I've loved the food, loved the history, loved the university buildings and the cathedrals. I am heading now to Madrid by train tomorrow, so if you haven't already subscribed to my blog, please make sure that you do and follow me on my trip to the next city.